Hello and welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. We're running another update on the Breeders' Cup Classic, the Contenders series in full effect. Today's profile, the spotlight falls on Zandon. This talented racehorse recently ran second in the Whitney Stakes on August 5th. He is often the bridesmaid with a 3-for-3 runners-up game log for 2023. In 12 career starts, he has 6 second place finishes. So the mission today is to look at the details into the races like Whitney, like the Met Mile previous to that, and the 2022 races like I Penn Derby. I brought up just to ascertain whether the 4-year-old trained by Chad Brown has what it takes distance wise and everything else, because he has run several miler type races in his career as well. So stay tuned as we unravel these performances by Zandon and explore his chances to win the Breeders' Cup Classic. Also, be on the lookout for more Breeders' Cup content coming down the pike. Check out this week's stakes races coming up. My hometown course of Churchill Downs. I am from Louisville, Kentucky, so I might be going out to the track this weekend to check it out. All the new construction is underway. I think it should be ready by Derby next year, but I'd like to see what it looks like. I haven't actually physically laid eyes on it, so maybe I'll get some pictures for the blog and whatnot. So look out for that as well. Also, Woodbine has some really big Breeders' Cup Contender Series races coming up this week as well. So what I'll probably do is get some past performances and go over do some handicapping on that and come out with some sort of betting type of show, and we'll see if we can't win us some money. So all that said, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Much appreciated. Smash that like, leave me a comment. Let's go. Okay, as mentioned in the intro, Zandon has spent half his career finishing second. Here's a list of those races if you'd like to take a look at them going back to 2022. So he's three as a 3-year-old and 3 races this year alone. I have been high on Zandon going all the way back to the 2022 Derby, where he finished a really strong third, which actually, if you watch the race, would have been another second place finish behind Epicenter, because he's tracking him down, and then Rich Strike makes that incredible play onto the inside and runs by them both. So if you just blank that out, he ran second again, sort of with his running style, so to speak. Much the same in the Whitney. I wanted to really high on him there. Zandon got out quickly in that race along with White Abarrio, tracking that leader Giant Game. And Giant Game did lead the field through moderate fractions, 24.41, 48.27, and the 3/4 was 111.81 for that 9 furlong distance. Now we've seen the finish, and I've showed it to you. I just showed it to you yesterday with Cody's Wish. White Abarrio rolls down the stretch, but Zandon does what Zandon does and never stops running. So it's another second place finish. And if you go roll back to the Met Mile where Cody's Wish wins, similar outcome at the Met Mile. Even the winner, Cody's Wish, with this big sweeping right by him at the top of the stretch, he still continues to move forward unfazed by things of that nature, just runs his race and keeps his head down. I really like that about this horse. So going all the way back to the Penn Derby, which I'm going to show you a little bit of, but I mentioned in the Kentucky Derby, he runs his race. Now, the Penn Derby was a hair bit different. He is normally a presser, like a stalker, where he'll lay mid-pack. But in the Penn Derby, he got off a bit slower, I believe, and was further back in more of a sustained closing type role. He stayed ground on the inside and was able to close that gap leading into the finish of the race, obviously. And he competes down. I think ultimately, I think Zandon competes with this year's crop of contenders, no problem. I honestly think he's a switch. If you see a horse switch leads down the stretch, they just get this incredible burst. And that's the one thing I think Zandon, he runs really steady and runs fast down the stretch, but he never has that second gear. And I think he's just a switch of the lead in the right spot going down the stretch to being in the winner's circle. So I am still not going to deny him on my Breeders' Cup betting card. He will be in there. I'll have him at the win column. I might even put a bet on him to win if he's a value. So looking forward to seeing more contenders. Be on the lookout because I'm going to start previewing more and more, and maybe we'll do a whole conglomerate type thing. So be on the lookout for all that content and weekly stakes racing here on Billy Ho Sports. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.